What's going on, Boiler Nation? It is March 3rd, 2026. Yes, the month of March is upon us. Let the madness begin, as they say. Brand new episode of the Boiler Breakdown podcast, streaming live on our Facebook page and on our YouTube channel. Hit that like button, the subscribe button, that follow button, hit that notification bell on YouTube so you know when we're coming at you live each and every week. I'm Tanner Lee. We got a full house tonight. Evan Webb, Aaron Lynch joining me. How we doing, fellas?
Not too bad, Tanner. How about you?
Like I said last night, my other podcast, good besides my sports fandom.
I'm with you there.
Wasn't the most enjoyable week for Boiler Nation, let's put it that way.
Yeah, that's putting it lightly.
And fell to the Spartans Thursday night at home, 76-74. Turn around, fall to the Buckeyes over in Columbus, 82-74. If you would have told me before the season began on March 3rd that Purdue would be sitting here with 7 losses, I would have probably chuckled a little bit, assuming everybody was healthy. I would have chuckled a little bit and been like, I don't know about that. But if you would have told me on top of that 4 of their 7 losses were going to be at home, I would have told you were crazy.
Yeah.
So here we are.
Yeah. I mean, what is it like? Is it like 4 losses like the last 3 years combined at home or something like that? It was something crazy like that.
Yeah.
What a time.
I guess this poses a question I wanted to send to you guys, I think on Friday, and I said I was going to wait for the podcast. Are you concerned going forward after this year this could become a common occurrence in Mackey? Is Mackey going to lose some of its toughness, or do you think this is just for whatever reason in a year that it shouldn't be, it's an outlier?
I think it's an outlier until it proves otherwise. I think you said on the other podcast, it could just be a trend just with college basketball in general, with the way the portal works now, and guys moving between teams. Like, I feel like road environments may not be as big of a deal just because a lot of times these guys are only going to see that place once. Like, it's just they don't hear the the horror stories from the upperclassmen of we've lost 3 straight there or stuff like that. It's I mean, someone's going to be Elliot Cadeau has played in Cameron Indoor and Mackey as well. And so he's played in some pretty awesome environments. So I feel like guys like that, if they've played in, some of the best, it's not going to really matter to them. And some of these teams are just also really good. I think it's just the year as a whole. You had those 4 kind of before the year, you probably looked at Iowa State, Illinois, Michigan State, all before the year. It was like, hey, those are going to be probably our 4 biggest. And obviously, you can throw Indiana in there too, but we didn't know how good they were going to be. Those are going to be the 4 biggest games. And now we're sitting here 0-4 in those, which really sucks.
Yeah, I think that's part of the reason this season's so maddening and disappointing up to tonight as we record this, because we got a break too from the schedule makers of the Big Ten, getting Illinois, Michigan State, Michigan once, and all at home. And you don't get any of them. That stings pretty bad.
Yeah.
I think the other thing you're missing here is this is pro ball now. I mean, it really is. I mean, guys getting paid, guys moving around. I mean, it's true free agency in regards to you fit the system. It's not anything in regards to school or anything of that nature anymore. So what you're saying in regards to, I want to call it prehistoric now, but like the days have gone by of, coming through and, the horror stories of going to the Kohl Center and the Kohl Center being a house of horrors. It doesn't exist anymore. I think until our government, but they have bigger issues now, decides to fix this, because the NCAA is just getting crazy and letting guys get drafted. I can't wait till a 1st-round pick comes back to school. It's getting to the point where it's hard to compete night in, night out, unless you have dudes like Michigan did and paid them. And I know Kason going down is a big deal, but I'm like, man, they're still deep on the bench.
I mean, their 9th man is a McDonald's All-American freshman, so it's
like, yeah. You think of our roster as like, man, one of these guys go down the bench, or we playing Aaron Fine. No offense to him right now, but it's like, ugh. And that's, I think, where this is starting to become more like pro ball. It's like you're buying a bench, you're buying a roster, and I know our NIL doesn't function like that, but there's going to have to be some give and take, and I still think this goes back to athletic director and things like that. And I'm not going to get in that. And I think I'm not blaming them for the 2 losses this week. No. But it's concerning moving forward. And Painter's press conference was kind of telling. I don't know if you both listened to the full thing.
I didn't check it out yet.
Okay. The tweet you sent in regards to Robbie was in context to Bruce Thornton, by the way.
Oh yeah, I did see. I thought you meant his press conference today. Sorry. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Okay. So, and like Bruce sticking through, and he could easily transferred, and honestly, he'd be a star. Let's say Arkansas, something like that, being like a leading scorer playing for Cal. And
he's from Georgia. He could have went down to Georgia. He could went to any team down there.
Correct, Florida. He was coming off the bench in Florida.
Painter recruited him hard. I mean, I think we made his top 5. I remember when he committed to Ohio State, I was like, oh dang. But then we got some little plucky guy named Braden Smith.
I mean, it's worked out. I mean, it may not work out in the end. Yeah. It worked out holistically. It may not work out in the storybook ending that all Purdue fans want. But it's guys like that I don't think that we're going to see ever exist moving forward until the government gets forward and saying you can transfer once or something like that.
And that's where I was thinking today, so many Purdue, I'm going to put quotations, fans are just turning right now on this team and this program, to where Matt Painter addressed it. He said, these people that are taking personal attacks at our guys, they're not our fans. He's like, we got a great fan base. You can be upset about a game, performance, but take personal attacks. And I agree with that. We're all disappointed. I mean, we're going to call somebody out if they have a bad game, like they didn't play well, but we're not going to take personal attacks, which we're seeing now more than ever. I'm hoping Purdue doesn't be fan bases, even if it is just a chunk online, because they do get more attention when you're negative. I hope we don't get that perception of becoming one of those fan bases.
Yeah, I think especially every major team, unless you're, I imagine Duke has this, even though they're also like, they're very rarely have they been not great. And I guess if you don't make a Final Four, you're not living up to their standards. But I feel like every, major team has a fan base, has a section of their fan base that gets like that. But it is disappointing to see when, like I said, it's one thing to be mad about how a kid played, but at the end of the day, I know they are pros in a way, but they're still 18 to 22. Most of them are, and to sit there and like attack them on social media or whatever, it's pretty low.
Well, I also think sports betting and the prop bets.
100%. That is
on my phone, and Braden doesn't hit, let's say, the assist number, or Fletcher doesn't hit the made threes, and I have a parlay and
True.
F you guys now.
Yeah.
Because you screwed me over I'm a fan and I'm loyal. I think that has a large, account to it.
I think it's just sports in general. Yeah. I think the prop betting has made things so bad from a fan perspective of like lashing out at players.
Yeah. And I was thinking, so many of these quote unquote, air quotes again, fans are saying, I'm done. I'm so sick of these 3 seniors, seen enough of them, blah, blah, blah. Like, for one, be careful what you wish for, because there's still 3 of the better players that come through the program. And 2, like, don't take this for granted, because even though Purdue's had luck of seeing guys grow up through the program, might become pretty rare going forward.
It can change in an instant. I mean, like, guys can, we could lose, who's to say that? Hopefully it doesn't happen, but who's to say that, we don't lose our, a starter and, our first 3 bench guys, like in the offseason. Who knows? Like, everybody has their reasons for doing this kind of stuff, and there's no rhyme or reason to do it. it depends on who they're listening to and all that. So like it can change.
Yep.
100%. Like you said, like it could be, obviously it's disappointing from, what our expectations were coming into the year and what the team, also put out there too as their expectation, which is, that I'm glad that they had those expectations. I wouldn't want them to have any other expectations. But this could all change. Yeah. I mean, obviously it sucks, but I do not, I'm sad we only get these guys for 2 more, guaranteed 4 more games, like between the 2 games,
Yep.
1 Big Ten tournament and then 1 NCAA tournament game. Like it can't believe how fast this year went.
Yeah. And, I think, most years if Purdue had 7 losses right now, we would take it. And then that's the program. I guess we're spoiled in a way because
100%.
we expect like at the worst a 4 seed every year anymore in the NCAA tournament. That's just where we've been the last 4 years. But it's just this group, and it can still the story's not complete yet. They can still go down in history as a great team and a great season. I mean, it hasn't been the story hasn't been finished yet, but up to this point, it's just got to be one of the more disappointing seasons because of what you return, because of them not shying away from the narrative of national championship. So
and I have to. We are spoiled because I mean, I know I said it in our group chat with some buddies where it's like, I was like, oh man, Purdue sucks right now, and it's like I said, I also realize me thinking Purdue sucking is still a borderline top 10 team, which is like a very spoiled. And even on Sunday, I was all pissy and stuff, and was like, man, this team sucks.
I was right there with those.
So. And then my wife, the next hour watching her Indiana Hoosiers play, she literally goes, "You want to see a team who sucks?" She plays the TV.
And I hope our fans never get to a point where they're booing one of our own players when he comes into the game and touches the ball like Indiana was Reed Bailey. I know a lot of that's their students, but come on. Yeah, that's ridiculous. But
you want to know what sucks? Let's wait 6 months, guys. That's what sucks.
Could be.
Could be better. We don't know. We don't know till they get on the field.
After last year and the year prior and the year prior to that,
new team every year.
There's only 30-some new guys. We'll see.
Yeah,
they're 0-0 till they're not. Undefeated till they're not. Everybody's undefeated till they're not.
We have the worst coordinator in Purdue history come back. Statistically, come back.
Wasn't his defense, though, either.
No, but it's a similar scheme. On that note, I don't want to get into that tonight. I do not want to think about that. I don't want to go there. But I do want to go to a point you brought up. As the story is unwritten. And that is where I was on Sunday night. And I was like, I wonder, in a 10-year sample, how many Final Four teams are we looking at that had, similar records kind of to this in making the Final Four? Now, I'll say this. I had to do a lot of manual math here because ChatGPT did not help me out.
Shocker.
It was bad.
Yeah.
So I have 3 questions for you all tonight. So in the last 10 years, including COVID, because it didn't happen, but I didn't feel like going back to 2015, what is the percentage of Big Ten teams making the Final Four?
Oh, Big Ten teams making the Final Four.
Yes. So this is out of 36 teams because it's 9 years. Just give me a number and I'll say it. I'll do the math.
Are you counting UCLA the COVID year?
No, we're not. We're not counting them. They weren't officially a Big Ten member of that.
Yeah, that's right. 36. I feel it's pretty low, like 7.
Okay.
7 teams. I'll go 10 teams.
Making the Final Four. Okay. You both are wrong. It's 3.
Purdue, Michigan.
Michigan State, 19.
That's right.
And that's it. Michigan, 18.
Did Michigan not make it twice? I thought they made it twice under Beeline.
No,
not the last 10 years, though.
Not the last 10 years. You're going 15.
Yep. I'm going 2013, and that's not 10 years yet.
That is an 8%, folks.
Yeah.
The premier basketball conference that the perception is doesn't make the Final Four often.
Hasn't won a national title since 2000.
Correct. But just in the last 10 years, doesn't even make the Final Four.
No.
Let alone us getting to the national title too. Purdue getting the national title 2 years ago. All right. So this is where, Tanner, you were asking, is the losses? And I said yes, but no. This is the yes part. What is the percentage of teams, or just give me a number, of those 36 that had 7 or more losses going into the final, that made it to the Final Four? So you saw 36 teams.
I'd guess at least 50%. I'm gonna go 20.
Okay.
I'll go a little lower, 18.
50%, and that's 20 out of 36.
I said at least 50%.
Okay. I was going to say,
I know,
it's not right. I know, and I was like, how did you sit and we do math together all those years?
Math probably changed since then. Let's be honest.
No, it didn't. The number is 14, actually.
4 off. I'll take it.
Okay.
So it's about 39% roughly. Those teams being UConn in 23 that beat us. Sorry, going in chronological order. 24, Alabama and NC State. UConn in 23, and Miami in 23 as well.
Yeah, they were a 5 seed. UConn was a 4 seed.
Yep.
Yeah. Obviously, NC State was a 12 seed. Was that a 12 seed?
11 seed. 11 seed.
Yeah, because they had to win their tournament to even get in.
North Carolina in 22, along with Villanova as well. They were the Final Four teams. In 21, if you remember, UCLA made it from the first 4.
Yep.
The first 4 to the Final Four. They're the only team to do that, right?
VCU.
Did they make it from the first 4 to the Final?
Mm-hmm.
Was the first 4 around?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I can't remember.
11, yep. I think that was like the first year of it.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, man.
I don't remember who they beat, but then they beat Georgetown, and then us.
Yeah.
Then Florida State, then Kansas.
I thought it was just a direct matchup. I didn't think it was first 4 back then.
I'll fact check myself.
While you're fact checking, 2019, Auburn. They were 30-9. 2018, you had Michigan. It was 32-7. And Kansas is 31-7. 2017, you had North Carolina and South Carolina. South Carolina had 10 losses that year. If you remember, that was like that.
Right. Yeah.
Year with Dawn Staley, and both men and women made it. And that was like,
didn't Oregon make it that year too?
Yes, Oregon made it. They were 33-5.
What a weird year.
And VCU did beat USC in the first 4 in 2011.
Okay, so it was around. And then this one, just this Final Four, I totally forgot about. But Oklahoma made it in 2016.
Buddy Hield.
Yep. And then Syracuse, they were 23
they got
13
hot as a double-digit
right,
seed.
Yeah.
So, to all the naysayers out there, it can happen. It is all matchup dependent and all the draw.
And Purdue just got to find that Purdue that played at Alabama, played against Texas Tech, played at Iowa, played at Indiana at home, played at Nebraska in spurts.
Yeah.
I mean, it all starts on defensive end of the floor.
It does. This is where it gets grim, though, guys. How many of those cut down the nets?
None.
1. I don't know.
2.
I guess UConn. Duh.
UConn, duh. Yes. And then North Carolina in 2017.
Oh, that's right. I forgot that you included them. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, UConn can thank Purdue slightly, since obviously Florida Atlantic made the Final Four out of Purdue's bracket.
I know Gary Parrish pulled some, I forget what it was. I saw it on Twitter today, some stat out of like, I don't know what it's like data that usually if teams hit this, they at least make the Final Four, if not the championship. And there's 4 teams right now. And it's the 4 favorites right now: Duke, Michigan, Arizona, Florida.
Yeah. I was talking with a colleague today, and he's like, "Who thinks going to win it?" And he was like, "I was like, it's hard not to pick one of these 4 teams."
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I start with who the 4th team is. I'd probably throw Florida in there over anybody. I know people want to throw UConn in there, but the Big East is so bad. It's hard to, and they've struggled against some really bad teams, which granted they've won most of them, which credit to them. But man, Duke, Michigan, and Arizona look like so much better than everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
It's wild.
It does. It is wild, but they could also have a bad matchup at the top side of the bracket.
It's a bad game.
Yep. It's all possible.
I'll be real curious this year if there's a big lack of upsets again, like we saw last year and year before. If like the ratings are going to start going down, maybe that's going to be what it takes then for somebody to step in and be like, "Hey, we got to do something so these mid majors aren't getting killed."
Well, I think the just notoriety and publicity about this is taking a back seat. I mean, all I hear on sports talk radio anymore is NFL and NFL Combine,
NFL's
free
king.
agency.
Yeah.
And nothing about this anymore. Yeah. I mean, the regular season of college basketball is non-existent anymore. On pretty much any network, it's, here's college basketball for the night. And unless you have a team, it's not publicized to the masses. It's not an event like the NFL or college football.
And I feel like too, like even like you can probably throw like the TV deals into that too, because it used to be, ESPN would have everything. You could turn on ESPN every single night and there'd be a big game typically. But then the fact that now the Big Ten is, which I like the Big Ten not being on ESPN as much, but the fact that they have to go hunting for it on Peacock or Fox Sports 1 or whatever, it's like, is the casual fan going to really scroll, or are they going to find, NC State versus Duke? NC State's, a bubble team, and obviously Duke is Duke, but like, are they going to switch away from that to go watch, Purdue, Ohio State? I mean, obviously that was on CBS, so it's probably a bad example. But like, like maybe if Michigan, Ohio State, or Michigan, Illinois was on a Thursday night against a couple other games, when people will go find that, or are they going to just switch to whatever is like ESPN because that's just the easy channel to switch to? I wonder that too, if that's caused an issue.
I believe it is. I think I wonder I'll be interested in Sports Business Journal how it's going to be reported for baseball, because baseball now coming back on network TV for weekends, both on Fox and NBC, how that stacks up, because you are correct. Like even college basketball is really not on ABC. So like on network television, like you don't see it outside of Fox.
Yeah,
and
PBS on Sundays or maybe Saturday, maybe.
Yeah. So like this, like it's March Madness and it deals with sports betting, and it's just the perfect marriage, along with vasectomies that happen on Thursday. But I don't know how you fix this. I don't know. I blame Kevin Warren, but that he was just dealing with the product of his environment too.
He made teams he made schools a lot of money. I mean, it's
made Bobo a lot of money.
Yeah.
So getting back to the thing on hand, they do have a shot. It's not over, but they are now playing their worst basketball at the most inopportune time, like the worst time of the year.
Which part of me, yeah, I agree with you. What gives me a little bit of hope is that we did see this last year, and then we got to the tournament, which granted, I mean, it's the funny thing too that I hear that I've seen that like now we're getting into March Madness, and I saw like a random TikTok who was like explaining Purdue to a non-basketball fan. And it was like, if they're playing a team like some East Coast double-digit seed, they always lose. It was like, well, hold on. Last year we beat 2 double-digit seeds, and the talk was Purdue got an easy route. It's like, hold on, I thought we always lose a double-digit seed, so I'm losing. Tell me how I'm supposed to think here, because you're talking out of both sides of your mouth here, because it's either we always lose or we had an easy route. So,
I had a naive fan tell me last week. This was after we lost to Michigan State, but before we lost to Ohio State. Hey, maybe you guys will do something different this year, and instead of dominating the regular season and choking in the tournament, you'll do the opposite. And I'm like, made the Sweet 16 last year with a team that was down and darn near beat Houston, was final runner-up. And you remember 2 years ago, we were just the national championship. Like, it's still the narrative. Like, it just
yeah, it's because it was, and a part of it too is obviously the 16 seed is what it is. Like, but like the year before, it's like it's the 15 seed to St. Peter. Like that was also in the Sweet 16. Like people always seem to forget that because they had beaten a 2 seed Kentucky already. Like,
right?
Yes, it wasn't ideal, and I wish we didn't do that, but it was still like it was still more than a lot of Big Ten teams have done.
Yeah.
In the last 10 years.
Gary Dooley 8117 on YouTube said, I don't see Purdue getting out of their funk. I think a lot of people probably share that. But I posed this question to you guys because I was listening to Golden Black Radio today, and Derek Schultz and Brian Newbert had two opposing views on this. Do you think momentum matters down the stretch going into the tournament? Derek Schultz said no, because he said we've seen teams go into March Madness hot and flame out. We've seen teams struggling and all of a sudden turn around. Newbert said yes, momentum does matter.
I tend to lead no, just because I mean we've seen it as Purdue fans. 2023 won the Big Ten by 3 games, won the Big Ten tournament. I'll bet we had to fight like hell to do it, and then lost to a 16 seed.
2018-19, even though we were a share Big Ten champs, we played terrible against a Minnesota team on a Friday night, and kind of limped in.
Nuclear.
Then Carson went nuclear.
Yeah, it's just
Incline.
I mean, obviously, I think I can see both sides.
Right.
I just think it's really team dependent. I think it really is team dependent. You look at 2024, obviously we won the Big Ten that year too, but it was just like we beat Michigan State and lost to Wisconsin. And it was just like all we cared about was just Braden's leg being okay. Like it could not have cared less about that game when it was over. It was just like, I know like Wisconsin was going nuts. It was like it even's come out since then. It's like that team did not care about the Big Ten tournament. And I'm kind of the same way. Like we've seen Purdue win it a couple times now. Like as long as until Purdue needs to win, like I'm of the mind of just don't get hurt. Like if that's what you need to kind of get into I kind of thought that in 2022 of like when Purdue went on, they went to the championship game and lost to Iowa with Ivy. Like that team kind of faltered at the end of the season and lost a couple of games by last second shots. Like maybe that could be because one team to win something. Maybe that could be the springboard, which they ended up getting to the Sweet 16, obviously. So maybe that did help. But obviously, like I said, 2019 is a perfect example of the team that going into the tournament did not have a good feeling, and then it was one of the most fun tournaments we've ever watched as a fan.
Yeah.
I think the momentum thing's a little overblown just because where momentum was capitalized, I think, with the Big East tournament, like when it was the original Big East tournament being the media capital of the world, and you had 2 UConn teams with point guards that were flamethrowers of Walker and Napier, and that really helping. I mean, you had UCLA being terrible and going from, just as I went through the Final Four, last 4 in and coming to the Final Four. So to me, it's not.
NC State 2 years ago, like obviously they went on that tear and had to they beat Duke. I think they beat Duke in the
Elite Eight.
Yep. I think it's. I mean, it's maybe dependent on like the team chemistry, but I think it's more or less like it's kind of overblown by the media.
Yeah, the Big Ten tournament, I mean, I usually don't care if Purdue wins it or not. It's always nice, though, for a team to have something rather than nothing to look back on. But like looking at this year, if the seeding all plays out as it's standing now, Purdue beat a 5 seed, playing, I think, the winner of Minnesota USC. So you got to think good chances they win that one. Then they play Illinois, which I would honestly like another crack at them. Yeah. And then if they got by them, then they would probably play Michigan, which that probably wouldn't be fun. But my point being, you do have opportunities to beat good teams and get yourself feeling a little better going into the NCAA tournament. Or you can do the opposite, flame out and feel even worse going into it. So,
yeah.
I think I'd be very concerned about playing Minnesota that first game. I really would be. They played us tough in Mackey.
Yeah.
So
a lot of teams have.
Yeah.
True. At that point, we didn't think so, though. There's only one.
Yeah.
So, but them beating Michigan State, it's
not going to be a cakewalk, but I mean, it's a game Purdue should win, I would say.
Should.
Not.
I mean, but that's a matchup I do not want to see this first game. Hopefully, somehow USC, because Baker Marcy, like that 26-year-old now, is gone.
Yeah, he went and sit behind the bench the other day, and they kicked him off the team.
Well, our game last year, the first game was against USC, and that was kind of a dogfight. Yeah. So it really pissed off Musselman, which isn't hard to do. But
no.
Well, Arenas' kid's now playing. I forgot.
SG, yeah, we didn't play him the first time around. Yeah.
And we struggled without him. So it's going to be matchup dependent.
Yeah.
But yes, I'll ask this question because I've been thinking about this. Are we probably looking down the barrel at this team as having nothing to show for at the end of this year?
Sure.
Yeah.
More than likely, we're sitting here right now. Yeah.
Yeah. Which sucks, but I mean, it's just kind of, I mean, part of it's, our own fault. Part of it's just other teams were just better. I didn't think Michigan was going to be this. I think Michigan was going to be good. I think they're going to be this good. Yeah.
I would say if I had to guess right now, every team in the Big Ten except Michigan will be sitting with nothing to show for it.
Yeah.
If I had to make a guess, I don't see any other team right now making the Final Four outside of Michigan, out of the Big Ten. Some others have capability of doing it, but just nobody else is consistently playing well right now.
Yeah.
Correct. But again, they might have, they're going to have the Midwest region regardless, more than likely, locked up. So it'll be interesting to see how the chips play after this week. I don't think the defensive. I think the defensive issues with Jacobson and not having a shot blocking presence or a rebounder, and you have to move Trey to the 5 and move Benter as a 4 is not a good lineup.
It's last year's team all over again. It's exactly what it is. Like minus, a Heidi or at the 4, which is a whole other topic we can get into. That's been pissing me off lately, but that's been probably the biggest disappointment lately. Is just like when the bigs haven't showed up, it's last year's team, which was fine, but obviously we went out and got these guys for a reason.
I think Brian Newbert hit on nail on the head in his kind of review of the Ohio State game. It's miscommunication. They're not talking, and if you watch Fletcher, the offenses pick on him. They either drive it at him or they set an off-ball screen, and his guy's wide open almost every time. We're just not. Coaches, I'm sure they're doing as much adjusting as they can, but at the end of the day, the players got to play on the court. They got to talk, and that's the thing. Like, this is a senior veteran-led team. You think communication would be a problem, and it seems like it is.
Well, Brian did ask.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, Brian. That's why I asked you both if you watched Fletcher's interview with Brian, after practice today.
I did not watch it
because he asked him about communication because he's like, hey, it looks like a lot of communication. You're the leader of communication on defense. What's going on here? And he acted like it was no big deal.
Oh, of course he's going to.
And I thought, man, I know you're nonchalant, but there's no even urgency out there on the court from you. There's no fire in regards to and the criticism Braden gets of ripping, Omer on Sunday. No one's ripping the other seniors ripping other players in regards to defensive assignments or holding themselves accountable either and saying, Mike, my bad. You don't see that. I don't know if you both had noticed that.
It just looks like to me, I thought the Indiana game went on by 29. It looked like they were having fun. Last 2 games, even at points where we win, it looks like they weren't having fun. I don't know. We were led to believe that this team's pretty close off the court. Yeah. That's what we heard all off season. But when I'm looking just with my 2 eyes, I think Trey Kaufman-Renn plays really hard, shows emotion. I think Jack Benther's playing his butt off. I'm not saying these guys are going out there not wanting to win or trying to lose. I'm not saying that, but I think the effort could be cranked up a little bit.
Yeah, I think it takes plays off, which is not fun to see. Yeah. I think a lot of people are guilty of that too. Sure. Again, coming from someone who's never played a second of basketball outside of varsity basketball in high school at the 3A level in Indiana. I can't imagine what it's like to go out there and the amount of effort you have to put forth in those types of games. But just from the standard that this program has set over the years, from my own 2 eyes of watching for 30 plus years, it just seems like sometimes. It's either they're taking plays off or, the communication takes a back seat at the second or whatever. It's just, that's what's frustrating. I mean, the good thing is that, it's not like a scheme issue or a personnel issue of hey, we're just missing this one thing. It's it's there. We've seen it. It just needs to all come together, which is kind of a theme, I think, of the year of just like they just put together, 35 minutes of 40 minutes, like chances are will be pretty good instead of 15 minutes or the last 15 minutes, the last 10 minutes of the game when we're down 8 and we're scrambling. That's what's been, in all of our losses. Like, it seems like, like there's that weird stretch where things just go sideways. And then all of a sudden the last 10 minutes, it's like, okay, now we got to go. And it's just too late.
Mm-hmm.
You brought up something that Brian called out on Sunday in regards to the Purdue's defensive scheme being too complex. And I'm like, I thought to myself, there's guys that played over 100 games on this team that should not be an issue and something you call out. Like, to me, it's this is where I thought about it. And it's like, has this team really faced adversity? Like this senior class without Edie. And I think
last year, I mean,
they lost by 20 or more 4 times last year.
They did.
But
they didn't rally. Like, it wasn't like in the media in regards to how their freshman year was.
Yeah, well, losing the 16 seed as a 1 seed, that's the worst adversity you could ever overcome.
Yeah, it's expected at that point.
I honestly think the way they played their best basketball, those 3 games in March, even in a losing effort to Houston, how it all went down, I think that sets better in fans' mindsets than they forgot about most of the rest of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Which that's the beauty of this team, like not having their story all the way finished yet. Like if they go on a run, say at least make the Elite 8, and somehow if they make the Final Four or cut down the nets, we're not going to talk about the regular season at all. Like it's all going to be forgot about, So.
Yeah.
I think we'll still remember the Iowa State blowout.
I won't. I'll tell you that much.
I was wondering about that. I was like, man, how much did this team they ride Edie's coattails? I mean, they did make a name for themselves last year, but
they helped a lot that year too.
Right.
I mean, Zach was amazing, but they contributed quite a bit.
I'm not saying they didn't. I mean, but they were the role players with, the best player in program history.
Yeah, you can say that for every program.
It's like saying we're KDB without Glenn Robinson. Every time he talks about Conzo Martin and all those guys,
go watch a game. Yeah, Glenn shot 30 times.
Yeah, it's it's. I mean, where would Duke be without Cam Boozer this year? Where would Michigan be without Yaxel Lindenberg?
Yeah.
Well, Duke also has Cooper Flag.
Right. I'm just saying, those teams, those great teams that make the run is because they have a great player. It's shocker that great teams with a great player make a deep run. It's just, I mean, I feel like it only ever happens when a team is losing. And it's
yes,
yeah, it's just well, no shit.
I think it's more not having an energizer like a Lance Jones or Mason Gillets.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest piece that's missing out of out of anything is just those guys that a Grady Eifert type of guy who no matter what is going to go out there and lay his ass on the line. And I think Benter can do that. I think he's a little young for that.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe that's a Antoine West in the future.
Riley Burgess.
Yeah, that's another great one. It's just every team is different, and it's those types of players I think are more important than so we all want the Carson Edwards, the Zach, no duh. That's what that's what makes the team go. But it's also those guys the other teams key on. So it's when those guys can step up. That's what makes a difference between a good team and a team that can make a run.
Yep. Going back this past week, like I said at the start, Michigan State beat Purdue at home on Thursday, 76-74, giving Spartans the first win in Mackey Arena since 2014, which is kind of hard to believe. Purdue had won 7 in a row in the series. And then turn around, lose at Columbus 82-74. Now Diebler's 3-0 versus Paint, and that damn arena over there is one that's just a thorn in Purdue's side for whatever reason.
Yeah. I think this class's only win was their freshman year.
Yeah.
When Fletcher hit that big shot at the end.
Probably should have lost that game. And
Ivy the year before, wasn't it, too?
Yep. At home
2 years before. He did the year before, then 2 years before he did it there.
Yeah, and we were 2 straight years with a dagger 3.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I felt overconfident going to that Ohio State game. They got waxed at Iowa. But
Oh,
maybe
man.
that made them like, no, they had to have it Sunday type
Yeah,
of thing.
I was worried about that game so much just because of just like they came into Mackey last year and
Yeah.
had that big comeback in the year before. Yeah, it was just I don't know what it was. I think it was just that bad
Mhm.
voodoo. Like going into it, I was just worried that again it's a team that is desperate for a tourney
Yep.
bid, and those teams any given day if you don't bring it, which Purdue seemed to they started out pretty well and then
I thought the defense looked good at first.
Yeah.
I thought they were having good rotations and everything, and then that didn't last long.
Yeah, up like 16-9, and then gave up a run and just
2 games
never
in a
got
row.
Yeah.
16-9.
Yeah, and then just gave it right, and then just gave it up, and
Yep.
never saw a lead again, which is crazy.
Like Michigan State, I kind of almost gave up. I was still watching with 4 minutes left. We're down 8. I'm like, looks like I lose. Then we fought back and had a shot to win at the buzzer, and
Yeah,
that wasn't a draw to play. I don't know what it was, but that wasn't it.
I think I can see. I see both arguments of because obviously Painter called that timeout when Fletch had the ball, and I think my dad said something like, "Oh, TV crew said they shouldn't have called timeout to let Fletcher drive and get the foul." I was like, when is Fletcher going to get the foul in that situation?
I wish we would have called it with 7 seconds.
Yeah,
instead of 3.
3. Yeah, I was like, when is they were not calling fouls for one. That crew was not calling fouls, and it definitely wasn't going to be for Fletcher Lawyer. Like those guys hate him. It was so I get that, but then also you call the timeout, but you're also giving a Ken Pom top 10 defense all the time in the world to set the play and not have to scramble. So it's obviously work for Sasha for next year.
And I wonder if Brayton thought there was less time on the clock because with 3 seconds, he had time to get in there a little closer. And he took one dribble and shot it. But, I mean, it was close to going in, but it didn't.
Yeah, I know Trey was upset. It looked like he was looking for the ball, but I think they had him. I mean, they had Cohen Carr on him.
He would have got fouled and missed him.
Right, yes. I would have that was the thing. I was like,
at the line.
I was sitting there at the game, and I was just like, someone's like, throw it to Trey and let him get fouled. I was like, absolutely not.
No.
Love you, Trey, but
look, absolutely not the situation.
Yeah.
If it's tied, sure, why not?
Yeah.
Down 2, no.
Maybe down 1. Maybe down 1. Down 2.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
I hit them both.
Yeah. Yeah, no shot. Yeah, that was. I mean, credit to Michigan State. They're a hell of a team.
They were
just physical. Yeah, they were. I mean,
Cohen Carr's
like
the most athletic player I've ever seen in the Big Ten in the last 10 years.
Yeah,
he can dunk it. That's for sure.
Yeah,
he can run.
When you gave that an 8 out of 10, I could.
He can run and jump.
I know you said you put your hands in your head at the game, Evan, but
I didn't put my hands in my head. I just sat down and because everyone was standing up, and I looked up at the jumbotron and I caught it and it was just like.
I mean, it was good. It was really good, but maybe it's because him. I was expecting a between the legs or something or off the back.
I honestly thought. Who was the guy for Rutgers that went to Alabama? Tall, big guy.
Moray or that's not his name.
No, the center you're talking about.
Yeah. He posterized Edie one year.
Yeah,
and that was granted. It was he was at the rim, but I was like that, and Zach fell down. I remember I was at that game. So that was the game that then Ivy came down and posterized them.
Yeah.
That dunk was I was like, oh my god, he obliterated Zach.
But that was a little different.
More, this Amori, got it.
Yes, Amori, you were 100% correct. Just the closest that game he took off from the Big Ten logo.
I know.
And I'm like, and then did a windmill. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. Now, if you did a 360 windmill and did it,
that would have gave me a 10.
Yeah.
And I was also pissed at the time when you were asking me, so I don't want to give a Michigan State guy any credit.
Hey, I will say this. I have become more numb. I can remember the 2 games I've become more numb and not let it affect me. Losses like this.
What's that like?
Huh? Oh, it's great. It's great. I'm not going to lie to you.
Teach us your ways.
Teaching, yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you though. When Geo Baker went off against, I remember it was against No Gel in the 2020 season. Do you remember that?
Senior day. Day. Yeah.
That's the last loss I've really gotten upset about because I said I can't control any of this. Why am I upset?
St. Peter's and Fairleigh Dickinson, man.
Those I just turn the TV off and go to bed. at that point.
Say or FDU, I think there was that stretch in the second half. I think we got up 5 and then immediately gave up the lead. And I was like, that's when I had some personal stuff going on with my family,
Right.
like in family illness and stuff like that. So like there was outside factors. I was just like, this doesn't matter. But I remember that when that happened, I was like, we're gonna lose this game. Like we're gonna lose this game. Like we could not pull away from a 16 seed. That St. Peter's was tough. I remember I had to watch that in a restaurant.
That was a tougher one, I think, for me. Like FDU, I just was like numb. I'm like, it's never gonna happen. Like, and St. Peter's was the first time my now wife, we were just dating at the time. We weren't engaged yet. That was the first time she saw me like just sitting in depression. And just for like
because it was so set up. It was the 15 seed in the Sweet 16 and then an 8 seed in North Carolina that we already
whooped.
Yeah, and it was like, here we go. This is it. Yep. This is the bracket finally fell.
Yep, finally cracked our way, broke our way.
Yeah. Well, you can't do anything.
You can't do anything about sports, but that's why we love sports.
Correct. But like,
so I'm not they can't hear me yell at the TV.
No, it's not like that commercial.
Damn it.
I sit pretty close to games. I think they hear me.
I think some people hear me.
No, they don't. I'll tell you right now, they don't. Nor do they care.
Tell us the people who sit in front of me.
The people in front of you do care, but that's about it.
Oh, I think they're in the bucket game. They might have been able to hear about the field.
Yeah, they did.
They don't care.
And hopefully in the press box. That's what was really direct.
Yeah.
But that Geo Baker game, literally, I just sat there and I said, why am I mad anymore? That. And then it was it later that year? Yes, it was later that year. No, I'm going to football.
Oh,
which then broke me for football was when Jack
Rutgers.
Yes, you know what I'm going about. Where I just was blowing up and saying because I was texting Tanner. I was like, bleep and throw the ball. Why the hell are you not throwing the ball?
Yeah, he were down like 8 towards the end. He just holding on to it forever.
I was so angry.
Yeah, that game was stupid. Yeah.
And I just said, you know what? They don't deserve my effort in this. If they want to lose, they can
honestly
lose.
that 2021 year was my probably the best year for me because I was just like, I'm just happy we have sports.
Yeah,
like,
that's a good point.
It was just like I didn't even care.
Yeah.
Well, the problem was that year was MLB team made the playoffs. So that was a little bit.
Well, in 2021 was such a fun overall sports season because, we're finally back going to events. Purdue wins 9 games, including a bowl game, and the basketball team makes a Sweet 16. I mean, should have made it farther, but made Sweet 16. That was a pretty fun year overall. But.
Yeah. I remember I was at the Northwestern game at Wrigley and then immediately went to a Purdue bar and watched Purdue play North Carolina.
Yeah.
That was awesome. That was awesome.
And that's where I think the success and not getting in tune. I mean, I get frustrated with the football team, but it's like they suck. It's pretty much evident, proofs in the pudding. Maybe not this year. I'll be optimistic as much until September ends.
That's fine. September's the most important month in schedule. So
once September ends, then it's time for leadership change, folks, not head coach change.
Once again, they could have a good record at the September. You don't know.
Still time for leadership change.
Okay. All right.
That to me, if he does something good, it's him. It's not them.
It's Barry, not
yes.
Bobinski and Grimes and company.
Correct.
Okay. That's fair. Looking at this week, we're at Northwestern tomorrow night, 8:30. I believe that's their senior night.
I didn't realize Martinelli was a senior. I thought he was a junior.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm expecting him to put up 40.
Hopefully they score 45 for the team.
Yeah, he's a bucket. He's got to get his. Hopefully Purdue can. What makes me worried is we've seen Northwestern beat 2 Zach Edey teams.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, they've done.
They had Boo Booey, so I mean,
right.
They had the guard.
They also beat that 09-10 team. That was good for Purdue. I mean, we've seen them beat good Purdue teams. And then Purdue senior days. That game tomorrow is 8:30 p.m. Big Ten Network. Then Purdue hosts Wisconsin again on a senior day, 2 of the last 3 years. 4 o'clock CBS on Saturday, or Fox or CBS. I don't remember.
I think I thought it was CBS.
Just CBS very confidently, but now I'm.
Yeah, I thought we had like.
It is
I
CBS.
thought we had like CBS like back-to-back weekends. I thought that was interesting.
because we're the last game on CBS on Saturday,
Yeah.
and then CBS had
Yep.
Michigan State on Sunday.
So before we talk about those two games, I got a blind rankings.
Okay.
5 different senior day games.
Ooh,
And I want you guys to rank them however you want to rank them.
Dear Lord.
Hopefully you remember all these. I mean, they're all in our lifetime, all since we went to college. I know, Aaron, you didn't start at. Well, Evan, you were in high school for one of them, but you were close enough to being in college. And I'll start with that one. March 1st, 2011, Purdue beat Illinois 75-67. Seniors were Etwan Moore and Juwan Johnson. And Purdue went undefeated Mackey that year with that winning that game. Got down big at start and then had to lead at halftime.
Yeah, I don't remember this game. And obviously, I was in high school, so that was always weird because like sometimes my basketball schedule would coincide with the pretty bad, so it was tough to.
It was a weeknight game.
Yeah,
I remember.
I'm gonna put that at 5. I'm gonna go more of like just like what it meant to me,
Sure.
Like just because I don't remember it all that well.
Yep.
Could have been better because Robbie could have been there.
It was sad seeing him take pictures with Juwan and Etwan in street clothes.
Yeah, that's what I remember of that because they were showing the video because this was on Big Ten Network afterwards. I'm gonna go with 3.
I think Ryan Smith had a good game that game. I'm pretty sure he had a pretty good year that year, really. As a starter, but yet role player. Very next year, February 29th, 2012, Purdue beats Penn State 80-56. Robbie Hummel senior day, as well as Lewis Jackson and Ryan Smith.
That one I'll put it 2, just because I mean Robbie's my guy. I mean he's been my favorite player since he stepped on campus. So that was pretty emotional for that one, just because like it was like I remember feeling it was such an honor to be able to share the same campus with him. Like I'm at school with Robbie Hummel. It was crazy. So yeah, I'll put that 2.
I don't really.
I also love Lou Jack. I remember Lou Jack when he committed. Like Tanner, you saying videos of like Lou Jack in high school.
His highlight tape was stupid. High school.
Yeah, I was like, he was so cool.
Shorts down his ankles and dunking on fools.
Yeah, it was like the N1 mixtape tour. I know highlight video you're talking about.
Good old school YouTube there.
Complete sidebar here. I just thought I remember back the old 2K college basketball game. I remember playing as Purdue and getting a point guard who was like 5'9". And I was like, I'm going to change his name to Lewis Jackson. I put a number 23, and lo and behold, Lewis Jackson wears 23 in college. I was like, I know things.
Nostradamus over here.
I want to put this one at 5. And just because I could put it higher because of Robbie. It was the emotional one. I do remember this one. But I'm just going to put it at 5 because I have a couple others that I have a feeling they're on this list. On a side note, he does come back, and I don't remember that. Like, he's been back here to the alumni games in town in Valpo, him and Scott Martin.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They don't announce it because they don't want the media attention following them.
Yeah.
But they show up.
Yeah.
That's cool. I'm not surprised. Like, from how he talks about, his love for Northwest Indiana and all that. That's pretty cool.
I just noticed that was a leap year. That game was February 29th. So, this next one was February 28th, 2017. Purdue beats Indiana 86-75 to clinch the Big Ten. Ended up being Biggie Swanigan's last home game. The 2 seniors on the team, Spike Albrecht and John McKeeman.
McKeeman. Oh, man.
I want to put this. I'll go on this one. I want to put 1, but I'm going to put 2. I remember how much it meant. No, you know what? I'm putting it 1. This was so big.
Yeah,
when Big Ten
was
at home
against your rival.
Against the rival, picking up the trophy at the end of the game.
Was that Crean's last game?
I believe so. Yes, because after that was Archie. Absolutely 1. I totally forgot about this.
Dakota went nuts that game.
Yes.
I'm going to put it at 3. I mean, that was probably one of my one of the more favorite games in the last 10 years. But just because of who the seniors were, I'll put it at 3 there.
That's fair.
But I remember I was at that game. That was really cool how it lined up that way. And it was, I remember tweeting let's, I think it was like, was that 23? Is that number 23 or something like that? Like, let's get 23-9 or something like that. And it was really cool.
Isn't the picture still in the trophy case out, like there for the public?
I think that's now the 2014.
Yeah, the most
Okay.
recent one. Yeah. February 25th, 2018, Purdue beats Minnesota 84-60. Senior day was for Isaac Haas, Dakota Mathias, PJ Thompson, Vince Edwards. I remember getting a little emotional for this one because I loved that group, and that group
Yeah.
helped bring Purdue back, even though Rafe Davis takes all the credit.
I hope he gets a graduate degree somewhere and doesn't affiliate himself anymore.
He is something.
I have so messed up this list so badly. Because I'm hoping for another one. I'm putting this one at 4, but I agree. I'm with you. This was the first one that I actually got like
and they all cried. Like during that. Remember
when Isaac Haas
talk.
when Haas talked about his sister and like how Purdue fans helped, I remember just sitting there like I was like, oh my God, I'd never really done that before. Yeah, I'll put that at 4. This is gonna be a massive re-rank at the end.
This was the one I remember it being emotional, and that's why I was going to put it 1. But then when you put the Big Ten championship 1, that's why I flipped them. This is 2. It was definitely emotional, and I remember also thinking like this is the team that's going to get us to the Final Four.
Yeah, and then that team was hot as any Purdue team I ever saw. Then they started stumbling. Then they got hot again. Then Michigan whooped them in Mass Square Garden. I was lucky enough to be there. And then Isaac broke his elbow. I still don't think that team gets to the Final Four, but I think they can get past Texas Tech with Isaac and get to Elite 8.
Wasn't that the year that we lost to Ohio State, like at the buzzer? Kata Bates Diop hit that, because that was the weird year. Was like, I think Purdue lost like 4 games, and it was like any other year you're winning the Big Ten that year, but I think Ohio State that year lost 3.
Yep,
it was like,
lost that game. Lost to a kind of crappy Wisconsin team on my birthday.
Yep, I remember that one.
Won 2 battles with Michigan that year, absolute battles. I don't remember the other teams we lost to.
Because that crappy Wisconsin team, Brad Davidson was a freshman that year, right? Or was a sophomore?
Yes. He was young.
I played there so long out. Yeah.
I think you're right, Lynch. Yeah.
And then lastly, March 10th, 2024.
Thank God.
Purdue beat Wisconsin 78-70. Lance Jones, Mason Gillis, Ethan Morton, Zach Eating, Carson Barrett. Senior day.
Yeah. This is my one. It was so cool. Obviously, it was mostly for Zach, and they unveiled his banner at the end, which was really cool.
Will they do that Saturday for Braden?
Yes.
I would think. Yeah, you'd think.
They're going to. That's the yes.
They should, but
they will.
Yeah. So re-rank. If you could re-rank.
Zach won 2018 2, 2017 3, Robbie 4, 2011 5.
Not re-ranking.
Good with your list.
No regrets.
That's fair.
So that was also the thing too about like the Zach one was like, because that was also the year that the crowd now does kind of what they do now with the start, where like the crowd just says every player's name. Like that was the year that they started saying Zach Edey with the announcer, which I always blank on his name. I feel bad because he's been there forever.
It does like every sport too.
Yeah, like being there and like saying with the crowd, like, wow, that's the last time I'm gonna be able to say this. Like
one of my roommates hated the guy.
Whatever.
He hates a lot of things in life, so
yeah. But being able to be there and like say that like with the crowd was like, wow, this is one last time. It really sucked.
I'm glad Tyrone and DJ Burke were on this list. I thought you were.
I only put the winning games.
Yeah, the teams that deserved it.
Oh man, I try to just take those years out of my memory.
I thought you were going to throw a curveball in there. I was like, gosh, this is going to be bad.
I remember like we had seen the stat of like, I remember my wife texted me when I was at the Michigan State game. She goes, "This is the first time they've won at Max since 2014." I just texted back, that Purdue team was awful.
Yeah. That was either Joe Barry or Glenn Robinson bobblehead night because I missed it for an exam and somebody got it for me.
It was Glenn Robinson because
Glenn.
Evan and I missed it because of an exam across campus.
Yeah, we were sprinting over. Remember, I was just like, hope to let me take my backpack in.
Yep.
I remember listening to most of the first half on the radio in my car, and then having to go in and take the exam, and then getting out and checking my phone, like, oh crap, we lost, because we were hanging in there for a while, and then
That's awful.
yeah. All right, this week, how we feeling with these
Not
matchups?
Great. Wisconsin obviously worries me just because, obviously we took care of business up there, even though it got dicey at the end after.
Feels like a year ago.
Yeah, ever since Braden got when Braden got the record for the Big Ten assists, it kind of went south there for a while, and they've got some things that give pretty trouble in terms of guards that can. I mean, obviously they're the highest scoring guard combo in the Big Ten, with Nick Boyd and Blackwell. They've got the stretch fives, so that gives me worry. And then Northwestern just being a Northwestern, and they're doing their blackout thing they always do against Purdue for whatever stupid reason. You think should be a good contingent of Purdue fans there, but it's again one of those weird 8:30 games on a Wednesday night, like against a team that sucks. But if you don't bring it, they're gonna beat you. They've got the guys to do it. I mean, curious to see I don't think it matters, but Trey Singleton's on their team. That was a guy pretty hard. Obviously, Martinelli's a good player. They've got some dudes that, they went into Indiana and won.
Beat Oregon, beat Maryland too.
Yeah, they're probably fighting. I don't know what the standings are, but they're probably one of those teams fighting to make the Big Ten tournament. To keep playing.
They're in the 14th slot.
Okay, so they can't really afford a lot of losses. So yeah, you'd think that one should go Purdue's way. I think they still go 2-0 this week, but I don't think it's going to be.
I do too.
I would love an Iowa type performance tomorrow.
Wouldn't that be fun? 2 of them, 1 week just to relax.
Yeah.
Happen.
Do we want to do predictions for this Northwestern game? By the way, it's also retro night because this was on Chicago Sports Radio. I didn't realize the NBA is doing retro night, and Collins' dad is calling the game with Bob Costas.
Oh, NBC.
Yep, and Hannah Storm's doing sideline reporting too.
Huh.
It's back how it was in the 90s. So interesting, but score prediction, bowl prediction, player of the game.
Yeah, I'll start. Purdue wins 75-60. Bold prediction. Purdue hits at least 10 threes, so don't get a lot inside. Player of the game, I'm going to go CJ Cox. He had 3 of them in the first half. I want to see him just nice, consistent game out of the guy.
I'm going to go Boilers 72, Northwestern 59. Player of the game, this is going to be a left field here. Daniel Jacobson bounces back in a huge way.
That's very left field. I hope, for the kid's sake, I hope he does. He needs it.
Yeah. Bold prediction. I'm going to say when he gets
needs to play more than 4 minutes, probably.
Yeah, that's the key. Bold prediction. Man. Purdue holds Martinelli to less than 20 points.
I feel really good about our chances if we do that.
Score prediction for me, Purdue 74, Northwestern 73.
Oh my God.
He's usually the optimistic one.
I was expecting 75-30.
No.
Martinelli scores all 30.
I'm very concerned about the defense. I'm not going to lie. I think offensively, they're going to score enough to win. Player of the game is going to be Nick Martelli because he's going to drop 37. And ball prediction, Jacobson plays more than 5 minutes.
I like your bold prediction. I think you're going to be right there. All right. Senior day against Wisconsin, 4 o'clock CBS on Saturday.
This one, yeah. What was the score last time these teams played? Let's see here. It was, we played them in January.
We're second in Ken Palm offensively right now and 33rd defense.
Yeah. Surprised it's still only 33.
Yeah.
We won by 16 up in Madison, 89-73. I'm going to go Purdue 84, Wisconsin 76. Player of the game,
Braden Smith last time. Bowl prediction.
Do it.
Last chance.
Do it.
Triple double.
Do it. Gosh, I'm really scared he's not going to get it.
Yeah.
Not scared. I'm concerned for him, I guess, but or Purdue. I like that score prediction a lot. I'll stay close to that. Purdue 87, Wisconsin 77. Player of the game, I'll go with another senior. I'll go Trey Kaufman-Wren. And Trey puts up a double-double with 25 points, 12 boards.
25 points, 12 boards.
But
Yeah.
felt bad not doing my boy Lawyer, but I'm gonna change that. So that's it. Play the game, Fletcher Lawyer. Bowl prediction, Braden. How Braden doesn't get triple as player of the game. I
Yeah,
don't know,
what's
but
Fletcher do? Hit 10 threes?
yeah, he gets 30.
How many?
right.
How many does he need? 8 to pass Carson?
8. Yeah.
Maybe he hits 8.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, but between maybe he gets it this week.
Yeah.
8 threes
I
this
say
week?
he gets it. Let's say it's 4-piece. 4-piece.
Yeah.
I wish I knew the spread in this game. The spread for tomorrow is 10.5 Purdue. I thought Fletcher was going to hit 10 threes last week and did not really show up in Michigan State. I thought he would have been really motivated. I think this one's going to be a loss on Saturday against Senior Day. I think Wisconsin's going to win 80-75. Player of the game is going to be Nick Boyd.
Man, I wish I had that Vince Vaughn meme. He's back.
No, I'm not back. No, I'm not.
I'm just kidding.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
I got control of this now.
Yeah. I need to make a graphic. I need to make a graphic for next week.
No. Bowl prediction, I think Braden will foul out.
What a way to go out on Senior Day.
Oh, Jesus.
Womp, womp, womp. What kind of sound effects do I have on here? Not applause. No good ones.
I just see this week going 1-1.
Drum roll, bounce. No good. Need to get some of those on there for football season.
Do not bring that up right now. We're not there. It's a 1-1.
Spring practice started today.
Yep.
I read all about it. Read the recap. Just to piss you off, Lynch. That's why I did it.
No one cares.
I care.
Sure. It's
Renewed
season
my
ticket holder. You renewed your tickets. When September ends, we'll see if this team's for real or not.
That's fair. I'm going to enjoy the offseason. But
you enjoy the offseason. Don't hype yourself up for a team just bringing in 33 new guys.
I won't. Didn't hype myself up last year. I'm going 4-8, and they didn't do that. So
I guess quickly before we kind of wrap up tonight, where would out 2-0 puts us probably 5 seed?
Yeah,
right?
I think.
Here, hold on. Here, let's do this. I have this. I did this last year.
Because the triple buy or double whatever it's triple buy or double buy, you're pulling that up.
There's a website I sent you guys earlier today, but let's pick some games real quick, and I can, based off our picks, I can tell you exactly what the bracket would look like. So let me pull up the schedule here. I need a consensus for these games. So Illinois versus Oregon.
Illinois.
Number 9 Nebraska at UCLA tonight at 11 o'clock. Fox.
I like UCLA at home.
I think Nebraska gets it done.
All right, go Lynch's way. Go Nebraska. Oh, well, you decide to tie.
I'm the tiebreaker.
Yeah,
I think UCLA. Wednesday.
Does Diebler get fired?
No.
I think we say, as I tweeted from our account, Purdue doing the rest of the conference a favor and keeping Diebler employed.
I still think they fire him.
If they don't make the tournament, if they lose to Penn State, yeah, he's gone. If they
I think they lose to
give him
IU.
another year.
I think they lose to IU this weekend and he's gone.
We'll see. Okay. Purdue Northwestern, we all pick Purdue. Indiana hosts Minnesota.
Indiana.
What'd you pick, Lynch?
Minnesota.
I'm picking Indiana home.
I'm picking Indiana. Ohio State at Penn State.
I think Ohio State finds a way to get done, but that's a dangerous game.
Yep. Ohio State.
I'm Ohio State as well. Maryland at Wisconsin.
Wisconsin,
Yep. USC at Washington.
Don't give a crap. Washington.
USC.
I'm gonna pick Washington just because they're at home. Thursday, number 3, Michigan travels to Iowa City.
Michigan,
yeah. Rutgers at Michigan State.
Sparty.
Yep. Saturday, so we got Indiana at Ohio State.
Buckeyes.
I picked the Buckeyes too in that one, so we're picking Ohio State for that one. UCLA at USC.
UCLA.
Yeah, they got a good week.
Northwestern at Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Yep. Washington at Oregon. Ugh.
Oregon, I guess, because they're at home.
You guys both picked Oregon?
Yeah, Oregon.
Okay. I was going to pick Washington, but who cares? Going Purdue over Wisconsin because I'm the tiebreaker. And then Sunday,
I forgot Lynch picked Wisconsin.
Penn State at Rutgers.
Rutgers, I guess.
Penn State.
I'm going Rutgers. Illinois at Maryland.
Illinois.
I can't see Lynch too. The players here. I can't even see Lynch right now.
His reaction every time, because every time you broke the tie, it's against him. So
I know.
Illinois.
I want to pick Maryland so badly, but yeah, the Illinois wins that one. Number 8, Michigan State at Michigan.
Loxley and the boys ain't showing up for that game, so Michigan.
Loxley's the worst coach in the Big Ten.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
Michigan. And then finally closing out the Big Ten regular season, Iowa at Nebraska. Okay, calculate seeds. So if that were to end, you'd have Michigan, 2 seed Nebraska, 3 seed Michigan State, 4 seed Illinois, 5
Nebraska's
seed Purdue.
got to be the worst 2 seed in Big Ten history.
Yeah. 5 seed Purdue, 6 seed Wisconsin, 7 UCLA, 8 Ohio State, 9 Iowa, 10 Indiana, 11 Minnesota, 12 Washington, 13 USC, 14 Rutgers, 15 Northwestern, and then Oregon, Maryland, Penn State missing the tournament. You'd have Purdue playing the winner of Washington and USC, and then obviously facing Illinois on Friday and then playing Michigan.
Who's the 8-9 game?
It would be Ohio State versus the winner of Iowa versus either Oregon or Maryland.
Okay.
Wait, this has all. Wait, do all 18 teams make it now?
I don't know.
No.
Maybe they do.
No, they shouldn't unless they change the rule. Last year they didn't.
I know they didn't last year, but I didn't know if it goes in effect this year or next year.
This bracket has all 18 teams in.
It might have changed it this year.
The Big Ten tournament then would start on a Tuesday, wouldn't it?
Yep. 4:00 Central. Maryland versus Oregon, 17 for 16.
12 people in attendance. Parents didn't even make the trip. So if that happens, we're on the opposite side of the bracket of Indiana. The only way we would play is in championship game. We've only played them once. It was the inaugural Big Ten tournament in 98.
Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah. They would have to make it up to the 9 seed, and obviously we would have to stay at a 5.
That means they beat Michigan.
What happens if we go 1-1 this week? Humor me.
I'll humor you. Okay, let's go.
God, I hope you don't have to put all of them again.
No, we would drop to, if everything else happened the way we predicted it, and we just lost the Wisconsin game, that would move us from the 4 or from the 5 to the 7. But that's with a tie with UCLA. That's why.
Then Indiana comes to play.
Yeah, we played the winner of Indiana versus Penn State Northwestern.
I think we could beat them again, but I'd rather just not play them.
I'd rather not.
Like I said on my podcast last night, if they beat us, go 2-1 against us in basketball and win the national championship in football, just
Yeah.
What?
Awful.
As I said, like I don't want it to happen, but I wouldn't mind the 6 seed because then you'd probably get Michigan State at the 3, and I wouldn't mind another crack at them.
I
But-
want to crack it
But
up.
wouldn't this, if we drop to the 7th seed, wouldn't we be playing Nebraska?
Nebraska, we would. Yeah.
That is a path I would rather take.
I don't want to lose a game this week
Yeah.
for the big seeding.
Yeah. That's the more important thing.
If we lose tomorrow night, that's rough. I'm not gonna
Oh,
lie.
we'll lose tomorrow, not tomorrow. Then it's
Yeah.
yeah,
It's curtains.
yeah.
It's not curtains. The season's not over. There's still time on the clock.
I know.
I mean, we lose
Man, would it be
tomorrow,
bad.
then we're looking at a 5 seed probably in the big
Yeah.
games.
No, first of all, you can't say that because if we run the table in the Big Ten tournament, get Saturday or Sunday, then that could change.
We lose tomorrow, we're not running no table.
If we lose on Saturday, it's completely different.
Lose tomorrow, I might put myself through a table. I don't know.
We lose tomorrow, 0-2 is in play. For the
Yeah.
week.
Yeah, it is.
Anyways,
That's fun.
Let's play some Bills.
Okay.
yeah.
The boiler break. You want to pull the ad up real quick? Oh, I thought you were pulling the banner with my stuff.
Before we get into that, just some updates on some scores around the country. Currently, with less than 3 minutes to go, Georgia is up on number 16 Alabama by 10. Texas Tech is down 6 with just under 8 to go at home to TCU by down 6. North Carolina is barely beating Clemson. Miami, Ohio, another dogfight up 4 over Toledo with a minute to go. Yeah, just
You need me to do the read, Lynch? Is that what you're saying?
No, I got it tonight. But I
Okay.
just thought you were going to pull up the thing.
I got the pizza ready. So
I thought you were pulling up my banner. Thoughts are only my thoughts. Okay. The Boiler Breakdown is brought to you by Mad Mushroom. Serving Boilermakers since 93. Mad Mushroom is located in the heart of West Lafayette and it's well known as the home of the original cheese stick. But whenever any of us at the Boiler Breakdown crew are in town, we like trying out the latest pizza in the month, which is new for March. It is Rob's Crispy Bourbon Chicken. It is bourbon chicken topped with crispy chicken, tossed in bourbon sauce, onions, celery, mozzarella cheese, and finished with a toasted sesame seeds on top. So whenever you're in town, order online, use the promo code BREAK526. That's BREAK526 for any $5 off any order over $20. So that could be pizza of the month, grinders, cheese sticks, you name it. Can't go wrong at Mad Mushroom. Mad Mush, feed your head.
and I should probably fact check myself before I say this, but I think they're doing a special on slices of cheese pizza tomorrow.
Sick.
I'm checking that right now because I don't want to say that and people go. Let's see. I'm pretty sure because it was a good deal, but I don't remember the value. Gosh, dang computer. Oh, here we go. All right, while I'm finding this web, you can go on to the next read if you want. Oh, shoot. Evan, I can't hear anything you're saying.
Yep, that's right. I was muted.
I thought I muted something. So
Yep, that was me. I muted myself during lunch because I was messing with the cord and it was making a lot of noise. That's my bad. Yeah, brought to you by the shop. 3 retail locations across Indianapolis, 1 in Carmel, Broad Ripple, downtown Indy. If you're in town, stop on by. This is, as I was saying, when no one can hear me, this is their busy season, getting ready for the 500. It's almost May, which is crazy that we're already here. But if you're looking for something for hopefully a deep March run, go to the shopindy.com, use promo code breakdown to get free shipping.
Absolutely.
okay, I'm not seeing the cheese pizza thing now, but tomorrow they are having a watch party, all you can eat for
Ooh.
$10.
Can't beat that.
Purdue Northwestern.
Might need to go into a food coma if Martelli starts hitting him.
Very true.
It's actually a game I wanted to before the year. I wanted to get tickets for this game and just never matriculated. One of those games I'd like to go to. I've heard that arena is awesome.
Coming up on next week, a week from tonight, on March 10th, they're doing animated sitcoms trivia.
Ooh.
Family Guy, Simpsons, South Park,
Some Rick and Morty in there.
Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
A lot of others I'm not familiar with. I probably I'm not. So, yeah. Always got stuff going on in Mad Mush right there on State Street, heart of campus. Go check them out. And get some merch and some apparel from the shop as well.
Yes, sir.
Final thoughts.
Let's get 2.
I hope we can get 2. If not,
You're supposed to be the positive one recently.
Right.
No, it's still positive. I just don't know.
Training started and he's downhill now.
No.
They've been playing pretty well. I'm following.
They've been hitting the ball well. I will say that. They've been hitting the ball well. No, I'm not. I'm not the pessimistic person right now. Being a little more realistic than that. Like Fletcher hitting 10 threes last week. I thought he would against Michigan State.
Yeah.
It's not September yet. I'm pinning that. I'm still optimistic, but I'm just more a realist.
Well, let's start off the week by boiling up, hammering down, and beating the Wildcats and the Badgers.
Well,